This webcaster uses Radio Amber, the Internet Radio Amber Alert System, helping to keep your children safe. A public service from the Internet broadcasting community and this station.
Can anybody out there hear my voice? Does anybody out there really care?
Good afternoon, and before we go into our missing persons report of the week, we're going to have an update on that Amber Alert that was issued out of Laurinburg, North Carolina on Wednesday the 24th for Raul Gonzalez Johnson. Scotland County Sheriff Raul Kersey held back tears as he announced searchers found a body believed to be Raul Gonzalez Johnson in a pond off Peabridge Road in Laurinburg, not far from where the 4-year-old disappeared. Authorities said Raul's death appears to be accidental. Officials said Raul's body is being taken to the state medical examiner's office in Raleigh. Raul's family has been notified. They're going to be having a press conference here in the next few minutes. So we're going to go ahead and take you into that press conference, and then we'll go into our missing persons of the week report.
Hi everyone, I'm Shelley Lynch. I'm the Public Affairs Specialist for the FBI. We're going to bring out Sheriff Ralph Kersey in just a moment to give some remarks. Jason Kaplan with the FBI will also be here, and Lieutenant Andreas Dietrich with the North Carolina State Highway Patrol. Mr. Roland Hammonds, Hammons, with Scotland County Emergency Management. And the lead investigator for this case, Jessica Sadovnikov, Sadovnikov. I can. The folks who will be answering the questions are typically the sheriff, Mr. Kaplan with the FBI, and then Mr. Hammonds. I will. Everybody ready? Okay, I'll get them to come out. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Ralph Kersey, the Sheriff of Scotland County. It is with great sadness that I announce we believe that we have found the body of Raul Gonzalez Johnson in the pond off of Peabridge Road. For 4 days you have seen an enormous amount of work gone into this search for little Raul. We have prayed, but this is the outcome everyone feared. It is heartbreaking. We did an initial search with dive teams that turned up negative, but today, as promised, we began to drain the pond on near Peabridge Road. Crews started draining the pond around 10:30 a.m. this morning. They pumped 8,000 gallons per minute into the pasture land nearby. At approximately 1:45 p.m., they turned the pumps off, seeing something in the water. The Scotland County Medical Examiner's Office is helping us to confirm the identity and cause of death. At this time, it appears to be accidental. We will continue the investigation until we have the answers to what happened to this little boy. I ask all citizens of Scotland County to do what we do best in certain times like this, and that is to come together. The family of Raul needs our prayer and support. Now I will turn it over for questions.
Sheriff, this is obviously very emotional for you. Over the last 4 days, what type of connection do you feel to this boy?
Close. I had the opportunity to meet Raul the latter part of last year here at the sheriff's office. For the last 4 days, we have passed out numerous posters. I personally have posted articles on Facebook asking the citizens, not just in this county but across other counties, to assist us in attempting to locate him. He's a 4-year-old kid. I've had children that were at that age at one point, and they're grown now. And I just don't know what to feel. We were hoping for the best, and that is not what happened today.
Once the dive team went into the water and came back with essentially nothing or no sign of Raul, what prompted you to say, let's go ahead and bring this lake?
I'll let FBI, Jason.
Well, I'd like to say that when it comes to the decision to do that, the dive team did an excellent job trying to determine quickly if Raul was in locations where they thought he would be. Once they came back negative, we continued a very exhaustive search of the woods with executive management, emergency management, which did a very large, very thorough search of the wood area. When that, in conjunction with very good work by the law enforcement agencies that were working on this case, was combined, it was determined that in order for us to determine the next course of action, we really needed to eliminate that body of water. And draining a body of water such as that, that really is the best way to determine if Raul's in there. And as a result, today we determined that he was.
Yeah, you said he wasn't where the dive team thought he would be. Can you tell us any more, about why you think? Is there any thought of why he might be where he was in the lake?
Well, I guess I shouldn't speak for the divers as to what their state of mind was at the time, but typically when it comes to dive teams doing search operations, sometimes they're going to do a hotspot search in the most likely areas. And I believe that on that day, that's what they did. That doesn't mean that he wasn't near the areas that they searched or somewhere in the vicinity of the area that they were looking at. But for a dive team to be able to clear an area, they have to do a very particular grid search or jackstay search in order to be able to definitively say that the material or the person that they're looking for isn't there. And I think in this case, once they came back negative, we began to expand the search and began to expand the investigation. And as part of that process, we determined locations that have to be cleared, and that body of water hadn't been cleared yet, and we needed to do that.
Is his family holding up okay at this point? I know that's horrible news, and unfortunately somebody had to deliver to them
today. The family is contending as best as they can. Naturally, this is a very difficult time for them. As you can imagine, at the loss of their child. I did provide that death notification to them this afternoon after I was able to identify the child. I was familiar with him myself in that capacity. So they're holding up. We just ask that all citizens and news sources you guys respect as best you can the privacy of the family. Allow them this time to grieve accordingly. Allow them their space. There is a pretty large family. And give them that time peacefully. I know that the majority of them have arrived, and they're processing that right now.
Sheriff, you said right now the belief is still that this is accidental. What's the process for arriving to that conclusion? What has?
Well, we've collected a lot of information over the last 4 days. through social media and sales and personal contact. It's normal to sit down and look at where we started from and of course where we ended up at. And right now it is an accidental death, and but I mean, we'll look at what we have collected, and you know, as promised, we would give it all. We've had numerous people to come in, agencies from all over several states, and the list this is not all, the whole list, and it doesn't include our citizen volunteers, not just from Scotland County, but outside counties. And I'm pretty sure even with them, it's really an emotional day, because you guys have been going for 24, 30 hours or more without sleep, but they've never complained. They've pressed on. They eat quickly, grab them about to eat, and then they're back out. And we were truly hoping that this would not be, that we wouldn't come to this day at that location, that we could continue as we had planned to do our searches, but that's not the case.
Sheriff, can you tell us a story about meeting Raul?
I just met him up here at the sheriff's office. Jessica had spoken with his parents on an occasion, and he was there. If I'm not mistaken, I may have held him. I'm not sure. I know Jessica Sadodnikov had held him, but he's a very timid, sweet little boy. He didn't talk a lot. But you could tell that he probably, that I know from seeing it, that he loved life. That's obvious in the information we've collected. His animals out in the yard, to his family. He visited the people in the neighborhood like if it was everyone was part of that family, and it's just a sad day.
Sheriff, did you, in your career in law enforcement, did you ever had to be involved in a search over someone who you had not like this before?
I have never been involved in this type of search. This is the first type of search of this magnitude in this county. We have learned a lot, but I know that we gave it our best. We had so many experts coming in from all different fields of law enforcement. Some were asked, many volunteered, and I have experienced that part of it as a law enforcement officer on the highway patrol, but that was in automobile crashes, not in this type of situation.
Obviously, this is very emotional for you, and I'm just wondering, obviously you love children. Was this especially difficult because of this meeting? And how long ago was this?
It was back in September, first part of October.
So is that a unique circumstance for a law enforcement officer to be searching for a little boy that he had had some years to, and would that make it a special thing?
I would probably guess it's abnormal to meet a child and then later you're looking for him. I consider it a blessing to have that opportunity, even though it was for a short moment of time, to meet a little boy that I know I gave my best to it put a passion in me to do all that I could to bring him home safely.
What can you tell us about the pond? It looks like it was used for recreational use. Should there have been a barrier there to prevent a child or anybody from watering it? Are they required by law to do that?
We're going to go ahead at this point and in the remarks for today, the recovery of the body process is happening at this point with the FBI's evidence response team. And then we'll be moving forward to finish the investigative details. And we just ask, again, as Jessica said, to please respect the family and respect what we're doing in recovering the body. And please don't try to access that area tonight. Thank you all so much.
Folks, could I get a spelling?
And we have Aliyah Banham. She's been missing since January 21st of 2017. She is from Miami Gardens, Florida. She is 18 and she is black. Her color of hair is black, eye color brown, height 5 feet 8 inches, and weighs 125 pounds. Both photos shown are of Aliyah. She was last seen on January 21st, 2017. Anyone having information should contact the Miami Gardens Police Department at 1-800-843-5678 or 1-800-THE-LOST. Here we have Patrick Alford. He has been missing since January 22nd of 2010. He's from Brooklyn, New York. His age now is 15. He is a male, biracial, black hair, brown eyes. Height is 4'8". Weight is 65 pounds. Patrick's photo was shown age progressed to 13 years. He was last seen on January 22nd in 2010. Patrick may be in or near New York. He was last seen wearing a red t-shirt, blue jeans, in blue and black Michael Jordan sneakers. Patrick is biracial. He is black and Hispanic. Patrick has a scar on his left eyebrow. Anyone having any information is asked to call the New York City Police Department at 1-800-577-8477 or 1-800-THE-LOST. And we also have Jillian Bailey, who has been missing just for several days, January 23rd of 2018. She is from Springfield, Oregon. She's 15 years old. She's white. Her hair is auburn color. Blue eyes. Height is 5 feet 2 inches tall. Weight 130 pounds. Jillian may be in the company of an adult female. They may travel to Vancouver, Washington. Anyone having information on their whereabouts should call the Springfield Police Department at 1-541-726-3714 or call 1-800-THE-LOST. And we have Monica Axume-Garcia. She's been missing since January 25th of 2017. She's from Ontario, California. She was born December 29th, 1999. She is now 18 years old. She is a Hispanic female with brown hair and brown eyes. She's 5 feet, 130 pounds. Both photos shown are of Monica. She may still be in the local area, or she may have traveled to Los Angeles, Palmdale, or Chino, California. Monica may have also traveled to Las Vegas, Nevada. She has multiple tattoos. Anyone with any information is asked to call the Ontario Police Department at 1-909-395-2001. Again, that's the Ontario, California Police Department at 1-909-395-2001.
We exist because good people did something.
We'll be here tomorrow when God's people share something.
Thanks for being part of a good thing.